The 29-bedroom Mudan Hotel near Falmouth, Cornwall, set in 8 acres of subtropical gardens, leading to its very own beach. Run by the Pilgrims. 85-year-old chairman of the board, Harry, and his son, general manager, Mark.
Rolling home to dear old England, rolling home, fair land to thee.
A two-man team with a unique working relationship.
Hello, who have you got? You got Nicky? Oh, excellent. My father and I have conversations. He listens to me as if I'm still 5 years old.
I'm delighted to hear you've given up alcohol for Lent.
We've 2 small offices interconnected by this hatch.
When you're not talking, then you know there's a problem.
40 years ago, Harry bought the former grand private residence, and with a lot of love,
It means everything to me. There's so many memories, very, very happy memories.
plus a little dynamite,
When Father came here, there was a lot of rock here and not very much beach, so he blasted it. I'd hate to think what the environmentalists would make of that today.
he created an exclusive hotel aimed at the discerning traveller.
The carpet we're sat on.
Sitting.
Thank you, Dad. The carpet we're sitting on, it exists in Buckingham Palace in blues and gold, and we've got it in pink and green.
But over the last few years, the hotel's clientele has become somewhat too select.
It's probably fair to say that our customer base has grown older. Truthfully, it's between 60 and dead.
The dwindling customer base means the future of the family firm is looking decidedly rocky.
But that's when the hotel's full. Every little square is a bedroom for a night. That's where we are now. I've got 4 days there with nobody in at all.
Nobody wants to know about a business that's making losses. We've asked the banks, and they have turned us down.
We're in a terrible place, emotionally and financially. At the moment, we're hanging on with our fingertips.
As is the relationship between father and son.
It's not easy at the best of times, and now that the best of times aren't as good as they should be, you know, the cracks are starting to show very, very clearly.
I can make any decision I like as long as it meets with his approval.
Yes.
There we go.
Enter the hotel inspector. Alex Polizzi has worked in some of the most prestigious hotels in the world, including her family's own Cornish retreat. Can she help the Pilgrims progress?
Here in St Mawes is my family's hotel, the Tresanton, so I've got quite a lot of history in the area. I'm about to go across the other side of the water to Falmouth.
To find out where the Mudan is going wrong, Alex will spend the night.
Alex Polizzi.
Good morning, Alex. Mark.
Harry Pilgrim.
Good, very nice to meet you. Thank you for inviting me here.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
How's business at the moment?
Like
Little
the school report, we could do better.
The Mudan has 29 bedrooms, including 3 executive rooms and 2 suites. For his distinguished guest, Mark's reserved a standard.
And here is your room.
How much is this room?
At this time of the year would be £110 per person.
Per person? Gosh, you still do it per person. It seems cheap for one and expensive for two.
I think it's more that one person's half the price of 2 rather than the other way around.
Unfortunately, she's been really put in the wrong room. I've just given instructions now to move her to another.
He seems nice. He's obviously bossed about mercilessly by his father.
I'd like her to have one of our executive rooms just a few doors down from where she is. How that happened, I don't know.
This is quite an old-fashioned room. Obviously, there's a few problems with furniture, bit of staining. This is not acceptable.
It's a standard room, but we have an executive room which is not let, and there's no reason why she shouldn't have been put there in the first place. There'll be an inquest.
But for Alex, the executive rooms are a decorative downgrade.
This is even more old-fashioned, dire than the room I'm in. These headboards are awful, as are this little set of chairs.
OK, we've got quite a lot of brown furniture, but it's good quality, lovely antiques, and I think there's a market for that.
There's not a big market for this kind of room anymore. Whatever they think, country house or not country house, the world has moved on considerably since rooms were like this, and they are going to appeal to a smaller and smaller share of the market. It's just the way it is.
Our executive rooms have a supplement of £48 per room per night, and our suites have a supplement of £100 per room.
Per suite?
Per suite per night, indeed.
Again, for Alex, as the rate rises, so the taste nosedives.
This room is even worse than the other. A suite, I suppose. First time I've ever seen a pelmet on sliding doors. Awful sofa. This whole room is very hyacinth bouquet. The decorator deserves to be bitch slapped. It's incredibly ugly. All in all, I'm quite glad I'm in the room that they gave me, because I would find this room very, very depressing.
She's probably going to suggest a lot of changes that after 40 years I'm not too keen to do.
Nor does the downstairs decor sit well with the hotel inspector.
Feels like a lot of bottoms have gone across these cushions. This looks like an old people's home.
Some people think old-fashioned is a negative word. I think we thrive on the fact that it's a positive.
It's kind of done up like God's waiting room. You know, it is really a shame that a restaurant that has such a stunning view is such an ugliness. I mean, I've rarely seen a restaurant that I dislike this much. It's got amazing natural light, and yet it's got that repulsive red brick wall at that end. Why? This must have been part of the original structure of the house. And then it's decorated with these.
I think if something is said that, or suggested to be done that I totally disagree with, no problem, if that is what it takes to keep the business running, fine, but I go at that stage.
It's like time has stood still.
Good afternoon, Alex.
Good afternoon.
Can we get you anything? A cup of tea or a pre-dinner drink?
No, but I'd love you to sit and chat with me.
Oh, delighted to.
Thank you. Who does the decorating in this place?
Well, I think that really falls down to me.
There's an awful lot of pink.
It's what we've always had.
You seem to me to be number two to your dad.
Yes, something like that.
Do you have the vision to change things, do you think? Or are you just kind of chugging along in a well-worn path?
A little bit of both. I have the vision, but I perhaps don't have the enthusiasm to take that vision through. Yes, it's my tenure, it's my watch, but this is my father's baby. Dad is 86 years old. He actually wants to die at work, and I don't want to die at work.
It's becoming clear to Alex that although Mark might be the general manager in name, Harry is still very much the one calling the shots.
I found that really hard, and Mark is obviously desperate. It does feel like a very, very heavy burden.
I commute daily through 2.5 inches of door, and even when I'm not at work, I am at work. Job done. I don't get paid by the hour, you know. To be fair, I think I've given it all, and there ain't a lot left to give.
She's requested that I have dinner with her tonight, just the two of us. We will no doubt discuss all these angles, and she will find out all the things she wants to as to what makes me tick. Forgive me not getting up.
Please don't.
The old legs don't work as well as they used to.
I'm looking forward to trying out your food.
Well, I hope it comes up to scratch. The AA took away our
Thank you, darling.
our rosette a long time ago.
Cheers.
Yes. And have not given them back.
Let me try the food, and then
Yes.
I'll see what
You'll
I
see
can.
what you think, yes?
I will see what I can suggest.
That would be nice. We get Mark to take the glasses down for us.
Thank
There, I'll take your glass for you.
Let go of it when it's on the tray. It didn't want to let go.
Oh, right.
Alex finds a familiar face taking her dinner order.
Well, with the sea at the bottom of the garden, I have to recommend the fish.
I will have fish then.
I've already put my order in, so I'm all right.
It's clear to Alex that Mark has his finger in way too many pies,
One avocado, one monkfish, another monkfish and a venison.
which could be the root of the Mudan's problems.
I understand completely that you are a team, but I think you're a team that needs something to change. How do you feel about either having someone invest some money in the hotel or taking on a manager who you could give some future percentage of, success to?
Yeah, my answer is quite simple. If we went down one of those sorts of roads, I would just pull out altogether.
You have chugged along like this, in this manner, for a number of years.
Yes.
But you can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs. And we have to decide which eggs are easier to break than others.
It's not just Alex's dining companion that's set in its ways.
Here comes our food. Lovely.
Thank you, dear. Can you get any flavours?
I love mackerel.
The food might hit the spot, but Alex finds the presentation lacking in taste.
The quality of hotel restaurants has improved enormously in the last years, and like many aspects of the Mudan, the menu here really does feel like a blast from the past. Of course I want the Mudan to regain its AA rosette, but to do that, they're going to have to do a lot. They're going to have to seriously update and upgrade their offering here.
The next morning, after a sound night's sleep, Alex has come up with a plan for the Mudan's revival. First, she wants Mark to stop busying himself with menial tasks, stand up to his dad, and start acting like a real general manager.
Please don't take this ill, but you've been a bit wet about this. You're going to have to force his hand, because if he has his way, he's going to go on like this forever.
I feel very cruel talking brutally to my father, who I love dearly.
We've got to try and find a way out of this impasse. I think what we have to decide now is there really a future? Is this something that your family and you feel like you want to keep going through another generation? It's a tough decision.
Yeah, maybe not another generation, but certainly this one. We've got to turn the business around and get it back into profit, because, everything hinges on that.
With Mark prepared to step out of his father's shadow, the next element that needs fixing is the restaurant. Alex believes a more appetizing and up-to-date menu could bring in some desperately needed income from the locals through the lean off-season months.
I was very conscious talking to you yesterday that you said you'd lost your AA rosette and you'd like to get it back.
But I think that you've got to accept that there may need to be some changes. And it is going to take a little bit of effort. Turning a spotlight on what you're offering and really asking yourself, is this good enough? Because I think somehow it will be so
Revealing to us just how much people would value something that was really, really nice.
really nice. It isn't going to be easy, but we can get there.
Last but not least, if the Mudan is to survive, there will need to be wholesale changes to the hotel's dated decor. And for inspiration, Alex is going to arrange a very personal field trip.
I'd like to take you, as it's just across the water, to my mother's hotel, not because I think that it is the best hotel in the world, but we do achieve 90% occupancy.
90? I would love half that.
I want to show you what it is that we're doing that's nice. I
Open
suppose,
my eyes to
yes,
the
and
future.
reconnect you a bit with what it is that the travelling public want.
Expect.
Expect. Well done.
The expectations are high, and the only thing high here currently is our prices.
I don't want you to drop your prices. I just want to raise your game.
Hotel Tresanton had a glittering reputation in the 50s and 60s as a hideaway for royalty and the jet set. But its salad days were long behind it when Alex's family bought it in the 1990s. A complete refurbishment and a sprinkling of Polizzi magic has returned it to its former glory.
Mark and Harry really have to pull their socks up and help me try to drag the Mudan out of this bygone era so that they can once again become as popular as they really deserve to be. This room was done 15 years ago, but I think you'll agree that it still looks pretty fresh and nice.
It's unbelievable. It really is lovely.
Let me show you another room.
The deluxe family suite shows how modern tastes can be accommodated in a traditional hotel.
Very picturesque in a slightly over-the-top sort of way.
The bedrooms too are pretty over the top. This is the second bedroom, and you have to admit it shows a certain bravura in design.
I have no idea what that means, but...
Well, it
oh
means
my
bravery.
God. Oh, my God, you're out there. With your permission, I won't try this at home.
Gosh, you're a bit feisty, aren't
Well,
you? I
you know,
can't
you
believe-
told me, you said grow a set and speak your mind.
Mark has a lot more spunk than he did last time I met him. Something has definitely changed. I'm not sure how long it's going to last or whether it's entirely a good thing, even. But it was definitely a lot of fun.
Even Harry is fired up.
To be honest, marvellous hotel like that, I reckon we got an even better one. I really do.
I think what we found out is that the mountain we have to climb isn't quite as high as we thought. Mudan really should be, and could be, so much better than even Tresanton.
And we are going to be.
I think so.
With Mark convinced of the need to modernise, Alex wants him to take immediate action at the Mudan.
Now, I just have to point out to you all the errors of your ways in the suites.
Right.
This
It's terrible.
is not acceptable. Darling, and this one over here, which is actually
It's
even
worse.
worse. That's just, it looks awful. I'd like to whip them out and put them somewhere so that you're forced to confront this.
Yeah, of course.
Let's do it. Let's take one then.
Right. Oh, yes. I am glad you did like.
Look at that table, darling. Let's take this out.
Yes, you don't have to be blind not to see that.
Look at that, though. That's a bad one.
But you do have to be rich to replace them.
Yeah, I know. Go, go, here. There's quite a steep hill to climb, isn't there? Every single room, something's wrong with. Darling, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me get out of your way again.
Look at that. See, that's management for you, going for the light one.
Gosh, looking at all of them, they look pretty shabby, don't they,
Now that
darling?
they're out of the room, they look even worse. They're absolutely firewood.
What are we going to do?
Box of matches.
The Mudan's executive suite also comes under fire.
I just loathe the fact that everything's so bloody pink. There's the wallpaper, there's this brocaded curtain, there's this funny pattern on the sofas. You've got three quite strong pinky things all competing for your attention. And just in case you missed that the theme was pink, you have a pink bedspread and a pink carpet. It's very old-fashioned. Most people who go to hotels don't expect this anymore.
So Alex is going to refurbish the suite herself as a template for father and son to follow.
I'm going to give you something that I think, with my experience, the modern traveller, let's say 40 to 60-year-olds, 40 to 70-year-olds, are going to like, are going to come to, are going to spend money for. Yeah.
So all we've got to do is find the money to multiply that by 29.
Well, as many as you think. You at least do a block of 10.
or 20 or 15 or whatever you think.
The hotel inspector departs, hoping her plans to modernise haven't come too late.
I tell you what, I'm completely in love with this hotel, and I believe that it can have a wonderful future as long as the family are prepared to go all the way with me.
These new changes start today, now. I think Alex has given us the confidence that if we put the money in, we will see it come back tenfold. And I thought you had to make it. It sounds like we're going to have to borrow it so that we can make it. I just hope that we turn the business around, because I don't want to fail with an enormous debt around my ears, as opposed to fail with a really rather small debt.
While Alex's team begin work revamping a bedroom suite, Mark's taken on his role as general manager with renewed vigour. His kitchen team are busy modernising the restaurant offering, while he focuses on the bigger picture.
Walking around, seeing where things could so simply be improved, really makes you feel good. It's a wonderful place here, and you know, I'm sort of falling in love with it all over again. And ultimately, it's good for the guests, because when they come here, they can see the passion that I've got for this wonderful, wonderful place.
How you doing there, Mark?
With the family business on the line, Mark's sister Gay has arrived to help. As one of the Mudan stakeholders, she's come to lend some moral and physical support in Mark's quest to turn the hotel around.
Tell me you hate them.
Yes, I do.
Right, that's enough of them.
I'll drag you, push.
No, it's got to go up in the air.
Seriously?
Absolutely, I'm not having the ruined carpet
Joking
ruined.
me. With your carpet's a million years old, you can't ruin
Well,
this.
it needs to do another million before it paid for
No,
itself.
it's got to go.
At the very least, it's nearer the door on the way out.
When Alex first arrived, the food, although good quality, was a frustrating mixture of dated dishes and antiquated presentation. Now, Mark and his chef have come up with a new selection for the menu, and they've gathered the staff for a taste test.
One of the first things that Harry said to me when I came was that he was very upset that the hotel no longer had an AA rosette. Obviously, the food needed some attention.
I've never tried this, so I'm going to have a go. Fish is beautiful.
The restaurant is at the heart of the hotel, and if you have a reputation for good food, you not only have your captured guests, i.e. the ones who are staying over, but hopefully you have some local support, and that keeps you going through all the low months. It's really important that we entice them back here.
But the new menu hasn't met with universal approval.
It all looks very nice, but it would look a darn sight better if we'd got the ivy plates. Where are they?
I think
Sad.
you just, yeah, well, it's, you know, time's changed, Dad, and we've got to move on. This size of plate is the future, something the size of a doorstop.
OK, well, that's way above my head, I'm afraid.
If we do good food presented well, simply and tasty, they will come back and they will say, oh my God, you know, where have you been? This is lovely.
It's not what I would have done, which we very successfully did for 40 plus years. But things have moved on, so I'm assured.
Hanging on to something because we've always done it that way is a recipe for oblivion.
It's not just the menu that's been transformed. Alex's team have finished the refurbishment of the frilly yet dowdy bedroom suite. She's turned it into a stylish and sophisticated haven for the modern, discerning traveller. But will the family, and more importantly, chairman of the board, Harry, approve?
It's just beautiful and simple.
Everything blends in beautifully.
Oh my, oh, Alex.
If you walk into a room and say, what a lovely room,
Yeah.
it's good.
Good.
If you walk into a room and say, oh, what a wonderful picture, the room's wrong. Because it shouldn't be. But the overall,
agree.
and that is what you get immediately.
It's frightening until it's done.
I know.
With Alex's sparkling room renovation ready to shine a light on the Mudan's potentially bright future, 85-year-old Harry has finally agreed that Mark is now ready to take the wheel and drive the hotel forward on his own.
I think he's taken on board that it is worth getting hold of some more money and do what is required. I know Mark can do it, there's no question. I'll stand right back and he can do it his way.
With Harry's seal of approval and inspired by Alex's designs, Mark wastes no time getting started with his own refurbishment plans. But with the bank unwilling to lend him the money, he's had to dig deep into the family savings to help fund the hotel's modernisation. The restaurant receives a much-needed lick of paint. One of the standard bedrooms is getting an upgrade. And the uninspiring bridge lounge is being smartened up.
I've got paint samples and carpets coming out of my ears. And it's sometimes difficult to know which way's up. It's a great orchestra that all has to come together in a very tight time frame. I can always hear Alex's voice in the back of my head going, you can't do this and you can't do that. We've got a unique setting, we've got a unique product, and therefore the furnishings and fabrics that we do have to be for us.
With the renovations eating deep into the family savings, Alex knows she has to move fast to drum up some desperately needed custom for the Mudan. She's arranged for influential locals, plus an array of journalists, to visit the New Look Hotel for a gala lunch, aimed firmly at putting the forgotten hotel back on the Cornish tourist map. But will the New Look modern Mudan meet with the hotel inspector's approval?
Wow!
Have you arrived in a different planet?
Oh my goodness! I love the birds, I love the paintwork all being so nice and clean and white. The stripe is beautiful, the cushions are good. The art!
The art.
Because that's a
Yeah.
difficult one to pull off,
Yeah.
darling.
Yes, it really has come together beautifully.
The new standard room also gets the thumbs up.
Ooh!
Come on in.
Very, very, very nice.
Oh, immediately you go- walk in, it's bright, it's light, and it's colourful.
Well done! Oh, I'm so excited.
We are on the curve.
Yeah, I think you're doing pretty damn well, I have to say. I'm really, really impressed.
45 years ago, you know, we were the thing, but we very quickly had gone downhill and we're no longer the thing, but this is.
The new decor is a triumph, but has Mark made equal progress in the kitchen? With the restaurant preparing for the gala lunch tomorrow, Alex has invited a very special dinner guest to get a sneak preview of the new modern menu. An inspector from the AA.
It seemed pretty obvious to me from the beginning that it was when the Mudan lost its rosette that the rot really set in here. So I have had an ulterior motive banging on about the restaurant. If they want to get their rosette back, they need to pick up their game a bit. I suppose that is the one piece of the jigsaw puzzle that I feel I don't have enough control over and that I'm really worried might let the whole project down.
Well, they look nice.
The inspector has the power to return the coveted restaurant rosette back to the Pilgrim family, but only if the meal and service are flawless.
Before, we had the tradition and the unfailing support of guests that have been coming for generations and generations. But it was a dying market, and we were dying with them, and that had to be arrested and stopped. And now we need some new customers, and we need to say to them, come, because the product's now right.
Today, Mark, assisted by his sister Gay, will host a grand lunch to showcase the new look rooms and revamped food to the locals and press. But last night, there was an even more important guest to impress. Alex arranged for an inspector from the AA to stay the night and try the hotel's new menu. If the Mudan is to regain its coveted AA rosette, it had to provide a faultless dinner service. But Alex discovers that though the dishes may now be more modern, last night's presentation was still stuck in the past.
If you have carbohydrates on the plate, then possibly you don't send out the potatoes with the side dish.
This is where they still want the older customers are trying to look after them, and they want the potatoes on the side dish where...
No, but not if there's potatoes on the plate.
I know.
No, okay.
Alex hopes that Mark's more traditional food preparation hasn't upset his chances of winning back the rosette.
Nice menu composition. What I would say, however, a few technical bits on all of the dishes which I experienced. The overall offering is very enjoyable.
Would you describe the food here overall as a bit old-fashioned?
There were some aspects of it that were, so half and half, if I can.
Yeah, we've been working hard on the menu.
Oh, good. And I can see some change.
Just put us out of our misery.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Sorry to say, you were very, very close, but not quite a rosette on this occasion.
Okay.
So, not the best of results that you were aiming for, I understand, but I would particularly like to help towards achieving your aspiration.
To hear that we've progressed from where we were
That's fabulous.
is fabulous and positive news.
We've done a lot in a very short space of time, but obviously not quite enough. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Whatever the AA says, I'm really impressed by how everyone's put their shoulders to the wheel. And as far as I'm concerned, the lack of a rosette is merely a temporary blip on the horizon.
Missing out on the rosette is a major blow. But Mark, demonstrating the skills required of a general manager, has picked himself up and is leading from the front.
Today is really important for Mudan. We need to excel today and show the local public and those dignitaries that we've invited today just what we can achieve every single day of the week. This is the job that we do, and we must do it really, really well today. Guys, you've all got a lot to do. Let's get on and do it. Thanks
well
very
done.
much.
A rousing speech. And let's hope the sun stays out, the food is good, the staff are as, happy and as convinced of what we're doing here as they appear to be, and that everyone leaves here with a very good report.
As the Mudan begins to fill up, the Pilgrim family pull together to welcome their VIP guests.
Thank you very much.
So we've got 2 rooms that we've done now, and our bridge lounge has been revamped. So you should notice a big change.
There are masses of people arriving. It's rather nerve-wracking, a good cross-section. I've got representatives of local papers, national papers, travel directories. Hopefully the message about the changes at Mudan is going to go out to millions of people. There's a lot at stake here.
As guests take their seats, Mark's arranged some typical Cornish entertainment.
Was you ever in Ballypoe, where the girls are all that go, waggle and wriggle with a roll and go, riding on a donkey, way, hey, away we'll go, donkey riding.
In the kitchen, Alex makes sure there isn't a repeat of the old-fashioned food presentation.
What are you sending out today?
We're using bream, that's in Bream Cove, cockles from the Halford just up the road, so...
Lovely, darling. And that looks lovely.
There we go. That's the beetroot coulis, yeah.
Delicious.
Good.
I'm a great believer in the plated up dish. We need to simplify, and that's an easy way to do it.
Looks amazing.
The menu's got Alex's thumbs up, but how will the diners rate their culinary experience?
I never shall forget her eyes, they shone like diamonds, and the evening it was wet, wet, wet to the hair.
I like the presentation. The fish looks a lovely colour.
We roved all night.
Really nice, beautifully done.
You know, to sit here, it's a lovely lunch venue, or perhaps in the evenings when it's light, to have this beautiful view, you know, and lovely food. Who can ask for anything more?
And the sort of thing you'd expect to see in a really top-class restaurant.
I've been a few times before, and I certainly will come a few times more, yeah. Very good it is.
Even the AA inspector seems impressed.
Enjoyed?
Yes, very much.
You? Thumbs up?
Very enjoyable.
Good. Glad to hear it. Just checking. But I know I have someone very difficult to please here.
Thank you.
Mark, with his father's approval, has clearly put the Mudan's restaurant back on the map. Will the new rooms also hit the same high note?
This is the room that Miss Polizzi has done for us. There was absolutely no sympathy from Alex. She said, you can't just sit there crying into your soup, going into decline. You've got to wake up and... Oh, here she is. Got to wake up and smell the coffee, eh?
Yeah.
But we've now got something to shout about.
I'd love to hear anything that you want to comment about. I'm looking forward to hearing it, so don't be shy.
No, we won't.
OK, thank you very much.
Don't hold back.
Don't hold back.
Really, really like it. Because it's much fresher, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks, darling.
It doesn't look old-fashioned now.
From my perspective, it would make an excellent addition to Britain's finest, and for that reason I'm going to put them straight onto the website in the hope that we can sort of help boost their figures and get more people in here.
It's so much brighter, cleaner looking.
I've never been here and seen the gardens, and it's fantastic. I absolutely love it, and the kids are having a ball, so it's brilliant.
Geographic strength, beautiful garden, beautiful beach, by the Helford River.
Yeah, they just need to build on that because it's lovely, and they've had a great day. They have had a lovely day. Good.
She needs a poo, Mummy. What do you need?
The day may have started with a disappointment, but it's finishing on a high.
We've now got a product to be proud of. It's not a final destination. It is a journey. It's still a journey.
All right, my darling, I'm off.
You're on your way.
Don't get up.
Thank you for all you've done.
My pleasure.
There is no doubt that we'd slipped. I hadn't realised how far this place has a really good, sustainable future, one where people could come here, realise that they've arrived in Shangri-La and never want to leave.
I'm not going to disturb the family any further, though. I'm going to let them enjoy their party and their guests before they have to roll up their sleeves and get on with their hard work tomorrow morning.
Garden Lodge in Folkestone is a 5-bedroom guest house a stone's throw away from the Channel Tunnel and the continental ferry ports of the Kent coast. The guest house has acted as a home and a source of income for the Cooper family for 23 years. And Mum Sue leaves little doubt as to who's in charge.
I think you could honestly say I'm the boss. We moved in here and it was the ideal opportunity to start our own business so I could be at home all the time with the children.
But after running a guest house for 2 decades, the line between personal and professional has become blurred.
Primarily, Garden Lodge is our home, but at the end of the day, you haven't got a home without a business and you haven't got the business without the home.
While Sue can't separate the two, husband Ron goes one step further.
First and foremost, it is a family home, and secondly, it is coming up to be a world-renowned bed and breakfast.
But dwindling customer numbers tell a very different story. The occupancy rate dipped as low as 5% in January. And with new budget competitions springing up all over the neighbourhood, Garden Lodge is struggling to compete.
As time's gone on, people come to a bed and breakfast and they expect you to be like a first-class hotel. They don't respect anything in our homes. They've been nasty to my dogs. We're not a hotel, and it's about time people learnt the difference.
Sue is losing the battle, with biting customer reviews on TripAdvisor claiming only stay here if you really have no other choice. Garden Lodge has definitely lost its bloom. Enter award-winning international hotelier Alex Polizzi. Can the hotel inspector nip Garden Lodge's decline in the bud?
Overall, first impressions really aren't bad, so I'm wondering, can there be something on the inside that's putting guests off? Hello, I'm Alex Polizzi.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Just come in.
Thank you very much. Wow. You collect fairies by any chance?
Yes. If you'd like to register.
Pleasure.
Right.
Barely over the threshold, and it's obvious to Alex that the guest house has a truly one-of-a-kind decor.
Where would you like to start?
Over to you, tell me.
Right. Dining room? Yes.
All right, great. Go.
Crammed to the rafters with family photos, dolls, paintings, ornaments and souvenirs from Bali, the dining room is an Aladdin's cave of curios.
Don't know where to look first, do you?
No, I don't. You have collections of virtually everything.
Everything. I'm a hoarder.
You're a hoarder. All the dolls.
Yes, I collected those from when I was very small.
If Alex thought the dining room fairies were fanciful, just wait till she sees the lounge.
This is the lounge.
My goodness.
We actually share it with our guests. We like to talk to our guests, so they sit with us.
My goodness gracious me. I don't know quite what to say. It's overwhelming. Lovely.
With no separate sitting room for guests, visitors to Garden Lodge share Sue's lounge with her and her collections.
So you wouldn't have room to put one more thing anywhere here, would you?
Yes, I'd soon find room.
I'll keep that in mind.
OK.
Let's go and talk, shall we?
OK, good idea.
Sue, tell me, how has your business changed over the last 3 years?
Where business wasn't so seasonal before, it's getting seasonal now, and the winters are getting very quiet.
Why do you think that is?
There's a big impact on smaller places like us of the new budget hotels that are opening, and so they expect hotel facilities at bed and breakfast prices.
To make this more of a success, what are you prepared to do?
I had sort of had a whisper that you would declutter me, and that is the thing that frightens me.
Darling, I need a skip and a removal truck. I don't think this is a moment for cardboard boxes, do you? I mean, goodness gracious.
It's all valuable stuff. You couldn't have a skip.
With the battle lines drawn, Sue checks the hotel inspector into the four-poster bedroom, Garden Lodge's finest, at £85 a night.
Right, this is your room, and I'd just like to tell you there's no ornaments.
I can see you've still managed to sneak in a little bit.
Just a little bit. Well, when they're plain walls, it is nice to have something to
And
contrast.
plates.
Yes, but no ornaments.
Thank you very much indeed. It's just completely overwhelming, isn't it? The amount of stuff. Stuff everywhere. And Ron does the maintenance. I don't know, I'm going to have to talk to him about this. I wouldn't want to be too energetic in here. And with, of course, the essential flower fairies, and it all becomes a horrible nightmare mix.
But for Sue, having the hotel inspector assess her home and business is proving to be difficult from the start.
When somebody comes and criticises your own home and everything, it really makes you feel pig sick. But I do believe in calling a spade, and if she told me something I didn't like, I'm likely to tell her to piss off.
For over 2 decades, Sue Cooper and her family have owned Garden Lodge, a 5-bedroom guest house in Folkestone. But after 20 years of combining home and business, the guest house has become dated. Sue wants to improve Garden Lodge, but doesn't take any notice of complaints about her and her business on websites like TripAdvisor.
I don't think it's us. I think some people, it's just their nature. Wherever they stay, they wouldn't be happy.
Alex Polizzi's been called in to troubleshoot the problems at Garden Lodge. After seeing how cluttered the public rooms are, she heads off to find out if the rest of the guest house is just as crammed with collections.
you can already tell what I'm looking at, which is more flower fairies. Good. First of all, it's a relief that everything's kind of red after my pink room. This looks slightly odd. Looks like it should be over the chest of drawers. And of course, we have some more plates and a picture. Stuff everywhere.
Next door is the family room, which is the guest house's biggest earner. This room regularly rents for £125 per night.
What can I say about this room, apart from the fact it's clearly very purple? Once again, we have purple, followed by purple with pink purple, and in case we'd missed the theme, purple lampshade.
And even the bathroom hasn't escaped Sue's signature style.
Plates again, but this time plates with fish, with seahorses and dolphins.
Alex has found all 5 ensuite bedrooms suffering from the same dated decor.
It's been an interesting first day, and I'm pretty sure that Sue and I have some interesting discussions ahead. The thing is that I'm starting to suspect that it's Sue, as much as her guest house, that needs some rejuvenating. But it is only day 1, and I'm going to reserve judgment until tomorrow.
Yesterday, the hotel inspector came face to face with Garden Lodge's tired interiors. But has a night spent in the 4-poster room left Alex fresh as a daisy?
Well, I felt like I was sleeping in a very well-upholstered chocolate box, which I'm sure some people would like, but isn't for me. The bed was comfortable, however. I think the worst thing about this room, and by association the entire house, is that there's so much shit everywhere. Where on earth would you put anything? Anything at all? Every surface is covered with her stuff. And everything, therefore, is slightly dirty, slightly grimy, and incredibly cobwebbed.
Sue's elaborate interiors seem to be affecting the hotel inspector.
It's a bit much first thing in the morning, this assault on the senses. I keep trying to think which is my favourite piece, but, you know, it's very hard to pick.
With every surface buried beneath 20 years of bric-a-brac, Alex will have a battle on her hands if she's to persuade Sue to clear out her precious collectibles. Keen to start the ball rolling, Alex heads off to the kitchen to meet Sue's right-hand man, husband Ron.
Bonjour, mon chef.
From me, good morning, Alex.
How are
Did
you?
you sleep well?
Not bad. The bed was comfortable.
It was.
Yes.
And
are you surprised?
You relaxed? No, of course not. All our beds are comfortable.
I did want to ask you about some of the rooms. To me, they seem like certainly some of the fixtures and fittings are slightly dated.
We try to certainly keep the rooms up to date. We don't want them looking outdated. Yeah.
People now travel with so much more stuff than they ever used to. One thing I have noticed in the rooms is that the plethora of stuff that Sue has in herself means that there's not much room to put anything of your own. Anyway, I'm just bringing it up, to start putting the cat among the pigeons.
So Alex has indicated the problems with the outdated rooms. And although breakfast goes off without a hitch, she's desperate to escape the stifling dining room interiors and joins Sue for a breath of fresh air and a stroll around the guest house's al fresco attractions.
So, Garden Lodge, this is called. Let's look at the garden.
Right, well, we've got the pool.
Yep.
In here, we've got an electric shower, vanity unit and toilet, which they can use when they're in the pool.
Lovely.
This is our barbecue. Ron and my dad built this. That's one of the dog's toys. Ron and my dad built this so it looked like a wishing well. And this is our bottom lawn.
And what about this caravan?
That is something, if my kids have friends stay, they usually put them in the caravan.
Oh, really?
Garden Lodge is worlds apart from the big budget competition. But Sue is still convinced that she is offering something better.
In your view, why do you think people come to you rather than go to budget hotel?
They still like the personal service. They want something that's more friendly, where they feel secure. They've got the garden. It's more homely.
With Alex's first visit coming to an end, it's obvious to her that both the property and Sue's attitude need to be brought up to date. First, she tackles the sensitive topic of Sue's collections and the clutter they create.
Sue, Ron, I am here to try and get your business back on track. And I can't do that without telling you some painful truths. And I'm going to start with the amount of crap that you have managed to fill this house up with.
Well, I can't completely agree when you say that we shouldn't have all these personal things, because people come in and nobody has actually said to me, the place is full of clutter, we find it overwhelming or anything else.
If you really want to put up a decent fight for the budget hotels, you offer something that is as good as them. A budget hotel is decorated in all those neutral, plain colours that you loathe, but what they allow you to do is breathe and impose your personality on the place where you're staying. Whereas this house has so much personality that it bloody suffocates you. I think that it's fine in your part of the house, but I think it's overflown far too much, and I think you have to have a clear out.
If you're coming into a family home, they're unique, and we put our own mark on the place because it is our home, isn't it?
But there's not one surface that doesn't have a lace thing or a tray or a tea tray or, you know, there's nowhere to put out anything of one's own.
Well, you've got wardrobes, you've got drawers.
Next is standards of cleanliness, which is a struggle with every inch of garden lodge covered in precious items.
This room, for me, is completely overwhelming. Now, I wouldn't mind these, but these, on top of this, on top of the green, it's layer upon layer upon layer of decoration. And Sue, I'm sorry, but I'm sitting here and I can see that it's not immaculately clean either. There's so much here. How on earth can you keep it clean?
It is clean. I do spend a lot of time dusting all these different bits and pieces.
But what you have is a whole collection of dust collectors.
Well, I don't agree with that.
Well, I haven't made it
they're
up.
grimy.
I just think that people's expectations have moved on, and you are never going to be able to compete unless you move slightly with the times, Sue. So, for the bedrooms, I think we need to kind of clear some surfaces straight away. And I think you need to kind of simplify. Absolutely.
Obviously, I can see what you're saying, and if it helps in bringing in more people, then it's something that we must look at, obviously, seriously.
Sue seems unwilling to shift her position or her collections. But Alex won't give up without a fight. In order to move forwards, she suggests a compromise.
I mean, what I would love you to think about, I mean, if we could make this a kind of sitting dining room for guests, it would be one room where they could come and you could still have your family life in your sitting room. And maybe this is one room that we could slightly minimise.
Well, if we could change this then, look at your ideas and change this into a lounge diner, you know what's coming next. Does that mean that you don't get a skip in to take everything out of the lounge, which would be then our private lounge? Basically, your lounge is your business then, because it's your room, it's your family room, OK? That is my only brief, Sue. I'm not trying, you know, I could never turn this house into something that it isn't, but I can make sure that it functions better. OK? If it was up to me, I'd like to get rid of everything in there, but I've got to try and respect Sue's individuality. One thing I am sure of is that there's plenty of battles ahead.
So Alex leaves with a clear idea of what's keeping guests from Garden Lodge. But can Sue handle Alex's home truths?
Well, I found it really offensive when she called all of our really beautiful limited edition stuff clutter. You know, it's stuff that means a lot to us, and it's what we find pleasure in. I hope at the end of the day she really appreciates that just what a family-run guest house is. We're not a big hotel.
Alex agreed a clutter compromise with Sue. If the Coopers create a seating area for guests in the dining room, then they can leave the family lounge as is. But after some time to reflect, Sue has come up with her own plan.
She gave us that advice to separate the guests and the family, which is something we've always thought about doing, but, you know, I suppose we needed the final shove to make us go, and the day after she left, we went and ordered a conservatory.
I think Alex will think it's a good idea. Whether it was something she had in mind herself, I don't know.
Costing more than £10,000, the conservatory will be built by Ron and Sue's 85-year-old father, Joe.
It looks neat too with those bricks along
Yeah,
the
it
front.
does. Finishes it off.
With Ron and Joe busy outside, Sue's decluttering of the inside is yet to get off the ground.
Alex gave me lots of advice. Well, she thought it was good advice, obviously, but I didn't think much of most of it. There are other ways of increasing business that isn't making me remove all my valued possessions. I'm not getting rid of any of my limited editions, no.
It's been 3 weeks since Alex first arrived at the guest house, and she's back to find out if Sue has put a dent in the decluttering.
Well, I can see one thing that you've changed at least.
No tablecloth.
I approve.
Oh, that's good.
Do you like this without the tablecloths?
Yes, I do, actually. And it's less work.
It looks really clean, and it somehow emphasises the garden, the green of the garden, which I think is lovely. What else has changed since I was last here?
Well, we've started to build a conservatory to use for a guest lounge.
So you agree with the principle? You think that it's a nice idea to have a bit more of a separation?
Yeah, I do. Plus, having a conservatory, they're sat in our garden, which is nice. And when I do functions in here, I can open up the doors and it gives me more function space.
Fantastic. Tick, tick.
So Alex approves of the extension, but if Garden Lodge is to compete with local rivals, it needs rooms that are simple and functional.
So, Sue, last time I was here, I had a few comments about the room.
Just a few.
You'd managed to sneak in a lot of plates and decoration, and that I thought the surfaces needed to be cleared.
Obviously, I knew that you were going to comment about the plates because you've commented about the plates in every other room, so why should this room escape? I've always been a hoarder, and even my friends tell me I'm a hoarder and I should get rid of stuff, but I just tell them to shut up because it's my house.
OK, well, I would like to bring in some locals who we've asked to act as our focus group. These are people who may be representative of guests who you might have. What I'm trying to do is show you that there is a body of opinion that may think that I have some justice on my side. That's the plan.
Right.
Determined to prove her point once and for all, Alex mounts an attack on Garden Lodge's guest rooms.
Thank you so much for coming this afternoon to Garden Lodge. I've invited you here because I would like you to look at the rooms and to give me your opinions about what you like and what you don't like. So for the purposes of this visit, we have a couple, we have a family group and a single businessman. Do try and be as specific as possible. I want you to comment on everything from colours to decor to cleanliness.
OK, as first reaction as a businessman, nowhere to sit to actually do any work tonight, so I was hoping for a bit of a desk and a table.
Well, it would be useful to have somewhere to put my laptop and that, so I could use that if I wanted to work at night. I'd have to work on my lap, wouldn't I?
I think it's really obviously designed by a woman. Yeah. You wouldn't get a man come stay here. If I was a man, I could not stay in this room.
No, I wouldn't want to be a woman, to be honest.
Yeah, it's different.
The damning reviews come as no surprise to Alex, and she quickly gives the room a spring clean to clear some of the clutter.
What I'm trying to show is that actually, you can leave a few things. It's just choosing what you leave and what you take away.
So Alex may be dicing with death by removing Sue's personal touches. But by swapping soft furnishings, grouping selected pictures and clearing surface areas, Alex knows the room will be more appealing to guests.
I think that looks so much better. It's taken me half an hour, and all I've done, really, is rearrange the room a little bit.
It's now time for the potential guests to see the revamped room.
Oh, wow. That's better.
It looks lovely, and the bedspread's gone. Looks amazing. I honestly can't believe that was done in 30 minutes.
I can see some of the wallpaper, and it's just plain simple. That's fine. I didn't know there was any before, but yeah.
If I was here as a businessman, I'd have somewhere to actually put my laptop and work.
And it's not like going into her home anymore.
No, I just like getting rid of the curtains. I felt that was a bit claustrophobic earlier.
But will Alex's handiwork land her in deep trouble with her biggest critic?
For a start, for my 4 stars, I'm not allowed to only have one bedside light. It's got to have 2 bedside, not over there, because I've got to be able to reach it from the bed. And I hate it without these drapes. These drapes is part of the thing. It should have 4 drapes, and they've been taken off, and that is not right.
Sue clearly doesn't approve of Alex's attempt to depersonalise one of Garden Lodge's bedrooms. However, one person has seen it as a change for the better.
I think it's opened the room up from what she's done.
I would say more than 90% of the people that come here appreciate the stuff that we've got round.
Well, you know, I don't really think my opinion is going to count for a lot.
He knows his place.
With Sue struggling to believe that her bric-a-brac may break her business, Alex sits the couple down to see if she can shock them into seeing things her way.
I wouldn't willingly choose to stay somewhere like this. Seems really like, this is what I want you to have.
Yeah, I like this, so you must like this too.
I hope she never comes here.
Sale. It's almost staying at Grandma's house. Yeah, that's what it is.
Wish my grandma's house had a 4-poster bed in it.
Stop being defensive and listen.
Carpet, gotta go.
Carpet, unfortunately, does not go.
I mean, that would actually make a huge difference on its own, wouldn't it?
I probably wouldn't like the carpets he got in his house either, so they're not coming to buy the house.
The footage has had a big impact on Sue. For the first time, she's seeing what people really think of her guest house.
So, Sue, that must have been quite hard to watch. How do you feel?
It's awful. I mean, it makes you feel like you'd like to say to those people, well, I'll come into your house and see if I like your carpets, because you feel they're having a personal attack on you. You want to go and do it to them as well.
Well, you would have the right to do that if they ran B&Bs.
I think it seems very strange because we've never had people that come in and say the room's cluttered.
Listen, I want you to take everything that I'm saying in the spirit of constructive criticism. I am not here to attack you about your personal taste. What I am suggesting is more people would come to stay here if you broadened the appeal. I mean, some people share your taste, apart from anything else. What you're trying to do is open yourself up to the 90% of people who don't in the world. I feel very strongly that you do have some lovely bits. They die in the morass of stuff that you've got there.
With the shock tactics doing their job, Alex has a suggestion for replacing the dining room's claustrophobic decor. By using a theme that's close to Sue's heart, will Alex be given free rein for the redesign?
I would love you to make that the Balinese room.
Oh, well, that's all it can be.
Yeah.
You know, you've got all through the house, along the corridor and everything, you've got lots of prints. So we take everything from the other bits of the house that's anything to do with Bali and we put it in there.
Despite agreeing with Alex's plan, it's clear that the guests' comments have given Sue's pride a knock.
This business is advertised as a family-run guest house. I can see Alex wanted to get some people in to see their general opinion, but these people obviously don't appreciate quality.
And not one to take criticism lying down, Sue calls in local businessman Chris Kirkham, one of her best customers.
I'm Alex.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming to see me.
It's OK, no problem at all.
So, I have no problem at all with some of the things Sue has here. I have a huge problem with the fact that there seems to be no theme and there seems to be 100 different ideas all jostling for your attention.
My point of view is that probably quite a lot of people actually quite like coming into a guest house or a bed and breakfast because it picks up on the personality of the owner. And when you come here, you are getting Sue in Panavision.
Glorious Technicolor.
Absolutely, yes, you know, with surround, the whole works.
Yeah. Obviously, you're a fan of Sue, and you told me that you place people here and they're very happy. You're a fan of her business.
Yeah.
What do you think of this room?
Right, I'm not going to disagree with you, but I've got to phrase this very carefully so I don't upset Sue either. Yeah, all right, I agree with you that this room does need decluttering, and I will probably pay dearly for that remark.
Why, thank you, sir.
So it seems that even Sue's biggest ally has sided with the hotel inspector. As her visit draws to a close, Alex reiterates what needs to be improved to give Garden Lodge a fighting chance.
I've now, I think, been very fair. We brought in what we've called our focus group, and I've even talked to one of your friends who places people here. So I think the same things do keep coming up. It's too cluttered, it's too personal. The business-personal separation isn't good enough. Those are the things that people keep saying.
Alex can't ignore that some guests have said part of the problem over the over-personalised guest house is the personality of the owner. She confronts the couple with some of their TripAdvisor reviews.
We phoned the guest house directly to book a room and were greeted by one of the rudest women ever. I assume that's you. The room was advertised as a four-poster but was cramped and cluttered. Another one. The customer service was very poor. It wasn't possible to use a pool or to get dinner.
This is because they were wedding guests and wanted to come in very early in the morning. So early they should have actually booked the night before. And I think people that are very happy with places, and I've spoken to people about this, don't even bother to review it on the internet.
I agree, but that means that there are some unhappy customers. I've got a hotel myself. So I'm telling you that I know very well that you can't please all the people all the time.
But you can please most of the people most of the time.
That is the plan. So here, I'd like you to agree or disagree the principle about depersonalising.
Well, now you're not going to touch my lounge.
You're feeling much better?
I'm feeling much better about it.
OK, so you need to take everything down. Keep aside in one area of the house all the things that you would like to put back in here. When I come back, we will look at every single piece and decide where to hang it so that it shows to its best advantage. I think you'll love it. And more importantly, I think your guests will love it. Are you with me?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's good to hear.
After weeks of battle, Alex has finally persuaded Sue and Ron to get behind her plans for transforming Garden Lodge. Is it now on the path for a rosy future?
I can't tell you how relieved I am. I never thought for a moment that Sue would give in. But I tell you what, I still think Sue's going to find it so hard to declutter that dining room. I'm just going to have to wait and see whether I've really won this war.
I'm looking forward now till the next visit when they come and do the makeovers because I want to see what it looks like and obviously I want more customers to come, so you know, it's going to be interesting to see if what she's doing is really going to work for us.
A few days later, and work is well underway on the renovations at Garden Lodge. But as Alex expected, removing the results of 2 decades of hoarding has been a painful process for Sue.
I've done what Alex has asked me to do and stripped the room. Well, it's nearly stripped now. When I took all my pictures down, I must admit, I did have quite a good cry. Alex has still got to prove to me that this is actually going to make my business busier. I'm not convinced yet. I don't really want to come in here again now until it's all finished. It's depressing seeing it like this, and I just want them to get on with it now and get it finished, and I'll go and do whatever I've got to do and let them get on with it, really.
But for Sue, leaving the decorations alone might be easier said than done.
Here! He's brought blown vinyl. I told him in the first place we can't have blown vinyl because... Yeah, but that's not blown vinyl.
I know that.
Because...
Don't stop this in being good.
People do this and they pick it off.
Really?
We've had it in the hall and we had to paper all the hall again because people go like this and they stand and pick it off. I'm not having blown vinyl. I've gone along with Alex on Magnolia. I've gone along with stripping my walls, but I'm having the paper I want painted on my walls.
We weren't told, so obviously we can't. If they don't tell us, we can't put it up.
You should be a mind reader. Women have to be.
Sue, she certainly knows what she wants. I've got something quite similar, but unfortunately, it wasn't quite what she wanted.
It takes a woman to sort these things out all the time. My husband is going to come down now, so if you can find something you've got 10 rolls of, yeah?
Right, let's get on.
I'm not having blown vinyl.
The disagreement over the wallpaper may have blown over, but there's another unwelcome surprise waiting for Sue outside. Keen to encourage a thorough clear-out of the dining room, Alex has arranged for a special delivery.
Oh, my God, what does she expect me to do with this? I know I'd like to put in this at the moment.
Good afternoon, Sue. This is a present from Alex.
Dear Sue, thought this might be useful to you. Can't wait to see what's in it on my next visit. Lots of love, Alex. Well, it won't be here when she comes next time because there isn't room for it on my car park for all my customers' vehicles that go there. So you better load it back up because I've got nothing to go in it. You think you've got problems? Just swap places.
Unimpressed, Sue has her own suggestion as to what to do with the skip.
Well, Alex might have some cheap crap at her hotel she'd like to put in here. I suggest you go down to Devon, actually, because I haven't got any cheap crap to go in it. I'm extremely pleased this is Alex's last visit because I just want to get back to running my business now without all this going on all the time. But I will be glad to get my dining room back to not looking like an empty cavern that echoes when you go in it because it's so empty. If Alex doesn't allow me to keep the character and the personality in the room, I should make sure it's put into that room when she's gone.
After months of convincing and cajoling, the hotel inspector is back for her last visit to Garden Lodge. Alex is hoping that she and Sue will now join forces to finish the redecoration of the dining room.
I would like Sue to look at her dining room and be happy with it. I would like her to accept that I've done all this in her best interest. And most importantly, the proof will be in the pudding. Can Sue become more successful? That we'll only find out with time.
Gosh, looks very different, doesn't it?
Does.
Very lighter.
What do you think?
It's not better and it's not worse, it's different.
Different is one way of putting it. And Sue once again has her reasons for not decluttering as much as she could.
It felt like you were just trying to take us completely out of this room, make it completely impersonal.
Despite me saying what I'm saying about making it the Bolognese room, I mean,
Yes,
how can
but
you
it's-
accuse me of that?
Because I thought you wanted all my photos out as well, which is completely taking us out of the room.
Well, why don't we bring them back now? There's no point in you waiting until I'm gone, darling. OK, I'm very happy to put them back here and now, and we do it all together. Maybe on this wall.
With the truce called, it's time to adorn the magnolia walls with a few select family photos and pieces of art.
Look better on a clean background, don't they? What?
I think we've got to see what space we've got on that wall.
OK, fine. Fine by me.
Facing an obstinate Sue, Alex decides to compromise in this war of the wall space.
Quite close to... That looks nice, doesn't it?
Is that the right way round? Can we look at it the other way round?
It's been a battle of wills at every stage of the process. And Sue is still at risk of letting her collections cost her her business. But with the restrained decoration complete, will she finally change her mind?
Sue.
Yeah?
Do you like this?
Yes, I like it.
Does it feel more like your home again?
Oh, now I've got my photos back, yeah.
I think, for me, it means that people are going to come in and there's this connection with Barley, which is something nice.
With the guest public area brought into the 21st century, Alex wants to show Sue that her effort in decluttering will pay off. Will one last challenge be the push Sue needs to realise it's all been worthwhile?
My plan tomorrow, if you are willing to lay on a traditional Kentish cream tea, is to get lots of people down here, people who may use this not only as overnight guests, but also this room and the future conservatory. See what they think, see if they approve of the new, I think, improved look. We'll see, won't we?
We will. I better hurry up and go and get some cakes and scones made then.
I have great faith in you, Sue.
Good.
And keen to impress, Sue furiously prepares for the party. But will the new dining room impress the guests and VIPs?
What I'm hoping is that people will come in and there'll be good energy to see the changes that are here and hopefully the change in Sue too.
The guest list of local business and tourism leaders also includes local MP and former Conservative Party leader Michael Howard.
This is the hotel inspector.
Yes.
Right.
And the conversation quickly turns to how the hotel inspector coped with her most formidable opponent yet.
I can imagine it was a huge battle of wills, and I'm extremely glad I wasn't there. I wouldn't have liked to be in the middle of it.
But has the transformed dining room made an impact on the guests?
I think the dining room is much better. It's a lighter area, much less clutter.
And even Chris Kirkham is back to cast his opinion.
All right, darling, this is a tough one.
Go on.
Do you prefer it more now, or did you prefer it more as it was before?
That's difficult. That is difficult. No, this is a fantastic compromise. It's still Sue's dining room, but you've done what you said you wanted to do, which was declutter.
So you approve?
I do.
Thank you, sir.
So it seems the hotel inspector's handiwork has been met with positive reviews. The guests leave Garden Lodge, and all that's left for Alex to do is have one last chat with Sue and Ron.
The response today has been very, very good. I mean, I thought you were in your element with all these people.
It's nice to know, really, that, you know, you've got the support when you need it.
You seem much happier than you were when we first arrived.
Well, I think when you first arrived, we were dreading what you were going to do, but now you're going, we know what you've done.
So it's just relief,
That's an easy way round it.
We've got to see what extra business we're going to get in. You know, that is going to be the proof of it at the end of the day.
I'm hoping that this will reverse the trend. And although you think that I have wanted to make you like other anodyne hotels, that was certainly never my intention. I think it's essential that places like this exist.
And if we can create the sort of feeling that we did today, then I think this business can go forward quite considerably.
And I won't put loads of stuff back in because you let me put my photos in.
Yeah, woohoo! I think, you know, darling, this is my idea of heaven. When I first came to Garden Lodge, it was filled with dolls, fairies, chintzy plates and innumerable other ephemera, all of which left me feeling that there wasn't even room enough for guests to breathe. It's still not to my personal taste, but I believe that by compromising with Sue, I've made her happy and I've also managed to broaden its appeal. The rest is up to Ron and Sue.
This is the Tasbor House Hotel, a stone's throw from the historic and desirable city of Bath. It has a glamorous hostess, a talking parrot, 5 diamonds, and many awards. In fact, this hotel has everything except guests. Meet retired air hostess Sue Keeling.
From about the age of 11, I wanted to be an air hostess and see the world and then own a small hotel.
When she bought the Tasbor with her husband 10 years ago, business was booming.
First 3 years, we were making a profit.
She immediately launched into a campaign to transform the hotel from down market to high class, with the emphasis on quality. The hotel was given a literary theme, each room named after a famous author with its own finely dressed teddy bear to represent them. And awards followed profit. But as the hotel prospered, Sue's marriage floundered, and after 30 years came to an end.
The worst of all was having just bought out my ex-husband, doubled the mortgage, and then within a couple of months, 9/11 happened.
As American guests had been the mainstay of her business, the loss was devastating. In recent times, the Tasbor has become more of a retirement home for literary bears than a prosperous hotel. The bears outnumber the guests, but it seems no one wants to come to the picnic.
The hotel costs around £450 a day. Last year we made a loss of over £8,000. The situation is rather dire.
With such punishing overheads and 3 staff, the numbers simply don't add up. The banks had enough. And with the critical meeting looming in 3 short months, time is running out. Unless some improvement is seen, Tasbor's days could be numbered. Enter Ruth Watson, award-winning hotelier and acclaimed businesswoman. It's her job to pinpoint where Sue is going so desperately wrong and rescue this damsel in distress. But if Ruth's going to be able to save Sue's flagging dream, she'll need her to take evasive action.
Good afternoon.
You have the most beautiful front door.
Thank you. You must be Ruth.
I am.
Lovely
Hi.
to meet
What
you.
do you
Thank
do?
you so much for coming.
Well,
The first thing Ruth wants to do is sit her down to find out the severity of the situation.
Susan, you've got some troubles, I hear.
Yes. My occupancy level has been around 42%.
And why do you think that is?
Well, there is obviously a significant difference since 9/11. Prior to that, I was filled by about 65% of Americans.
Right. I'll accept some of what you said about 9/11, not all of it, I have to tell you here and now. Just being in the town earlier on today, the amount of visitors that you have got, there is no reason on earth why your occupancy should be as low as it is. What do you think about your rates? Do you think they're fair for the area or fair for what you're providing? How do
Yes,
you
I do.
see them?
That they reflect the cost that or the money I've spent in the rooms.
Have you got a database together?
Yes, I have.
So how many
But I
names,
don't use
addresses?
it. I haven't used it.
You don't use it?
No.
OK, this is the point where I want to tear my hair out. Insane. Absolutely insane.
It's not taken long for Ruth to uncover the first problem, Sue's complete lack of business sense. Most hoteliers keep a database of guests who've stayed in the past to target them for special offers and future business. It's a vital resource, but despite being almost empty, Sue's never used hers, wasting a great deal of potential trade.
Sue is an idealist.
And Sue will not rule with her head, she will rule with her heart.
So maybe the greatest strength and the greatest weakness is the same.
Sue's utopian vision has been at the expense of any practical business principles. With the scale of the problems all too obvious, Ruth's going on a reconnaissance mission around the hotel. The Tasbor has 12 bedrooms, an elegant drawing room, a breakfast room and a conservatory. But it's the bedrooms that Ruth heads for first. Each is themed around a famous literary author, and they're not cheap, starting at around £110 a night. Today, all 12 are vacant.
This is obviously the family room. I think this is £170 a night. It's a lot of money. This is not £170 worth of bathroom. In fact, how the hell 4 people could abloot in here, I don't know. We're talking cupboard size. Now, this is a problem. This is a problem. We have another seriously scary teddy bear. You wouldn't want to wake up on a dark night with this by the side of you.
High prices and bears aside, the rooms are a good standard. The last room for inspection is the one she's due to stay the night in.
This is a nice room. It's got a funny little angle on it, which is slightly strange. Oh, Mr. Teddy. Bit weird. I'm not in a children's playpen. Now, that's a bit ludicrous, isn't it? If you're going to give someone sherry, give them a whole decanter. I mean, that's just a piss-poor effort, so it's just a meaningless gesture. This room is perfectly OK. The problem that she's got is she's charging too much for it.
Meanwhile, Sue is downstairs collecting her thoughts.
It's actually quite devastating. Well, I thought I had pretty thick skin, but actually I've just discovered it's pretty thin tonight.
As darkness descends on the Tasbor, Sue must prepare herself for more of Ruth's findings. But how will she cope when the going gets tough? Next on the agenda, breakfast, a pivotal offering in any guest house, especially one as expensive as the Tasbor.
I think I've now overcome the fact that we have to open ourselves up to criticism, and the fact that she's in the dining room. We have displayed in there exactly as we would for our normal guests. So let's see what she has to say about it.
I just hate the presentation. I mean, I think she's really doing herself a disservice with this because it's so cruddy. I mean, it's like some horrible old tea shop Kirker 1973, isn't it?
She's got such a lovely personality, hasn't she?
And I can't stand this. Sorry. See the water? It's fake.
Good morning, Ruth.
Hello,
How are you?
Susan, how are you?
Did you sleep well?
Yes, thank you very much. Yes,
good,
yes. It's
good,
very
good,
comfortable bed, lovely linen.
She very kindly said she slept well. I don't believe her.
But the orange juice isn't quite up to scratch.
It's not freshly squeezed.
She's going to have French toast with bacon and some syrup on the side, okay?
Bacon and some syrup on the side.
Lovely. There we go, Ruth.
Oh, gosh.
Hope you enjoy that.
Huge plate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tell me
Enjoy.
about this orange juice. Is it really out of oranges that you squeezed?
Yes.
Really?
No, I didn't squeeze them.
Who
They're
squeezed
freshly
them?
squeezed.
In a carton?
In a carton.
Yes, no,
Yes.
no.
Yes. How do you find it?
All right.
Only all right?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to crack on
Okay,
with
we'll
this.
enjoy that while it's
Thank
hot.
you very much. Yes, thank you.
As the menu says the orange juice is freshly squeezed, some guests could be disappointed, especially given the high price of their rooms.
I went to get a piece of paper to make notes of what Ruth is suggesting. Then I decided perhaps a book of blank paper might be more appropriate than just one piece of paper. So I'm ready. I'm not going to be on the defensive, even though I feel I've got to perhaps bite my tongue several times over. I'm going to listen and take it on board.
I think the problem here is that some of it is really good. I think some of it's just adequate. I think we've got to actually reduce the prices so that this breakfast, whether it's freshly squeezed orange or not, comes in line with what people would expect for that kind of amount of money and would regard it as good value.
It's time for Ruth to present her verdict to Sue in the hotel's conservatory, which is the first item on the agenda.
It's a perfectly nice room, not hugely inspiring. I have to say, I think you're really missing a trick not using this room all the time, winter and summer. I know we need to get the heating on a bit in the winter, but I do think people love that differentiation between a bedroom and maybe it's a bit, you know, not gloomy, but, you know, you've got the curtains and the whole thing, and you come down and it's breakfast and, you know, hopefully the sun's shining. I think we need to look at this room. I have to say, if I'm being very honest, I hate these pink blinds.
Look, that's what you're here for, is to be honest.
I hate it.
I hear what you're saying.
The conservatory could be one of the hotel's best assets, but not in its current state. Next, Ruth is concerned with Sue's prices.
Bit devastating. I think your prices are too high. And one of the things that you don't do, which is glaringly obvious that you should do, is you don't have a high season rate and a low season rate.
No, I have felt it was quite a sales gimmick, if you like, to actually say we don't increase our prices during the summer season.
Right, kind of sales gimmick that gives you empty rooms. It's far better for you to have 6 rooms at £80 a night than it is for you to have 12 rooms at £130 a night empty.
Yes.
Right?
Ruth is alarmed at Sue's lack of business acumen.
You agree you're crap at it. You have got to separate your emotional feelings from this business because that is what it is.
Absolutely accept that.
We've got to get those rooms occupied and we've got to get some newsletters, mail shots out really quickly. Now, I've got one final bombshell to hit you with.
Try me.
I hate the bears.
You don't like teddy bears?
But the thing is, I do like teddy bears. I've got teddy bears myself. I've got a teddy bear called Gaylord, but I'm not going to inflict him on my customers. Just think about it from somebody else's point of view. They could think you're a complete crank. Do you know what I mean? It's just a step.
Maybe I am. Fine, you don't like them, you don't like the idea of it, and you don't think it works. It's the first negative comment I've had.
I would rather you had customers here than bears.
This is highlighted, this visit, that there is too much emotion about what I'm doing here and not enough brain power. Although it's almost like open heart surgery and not having anaesthetic for it. It's a little painful to, if you like, be criticised, but I'm taking it all as constructive criticism and a way forward to try and put my business on the road and on the map again.
The following morning, and Sue has called the staff together to talk about the new regime.
A key point that Ruth has made is that she feels our pricing is too high and that we ought to look at it. I don't know, Adrian, what do you feel?
We are charging a little bit too much, and as we are just slightly out of the city centre, we're not quite as competitive as we are with some of the hotels down in the centre.
Well, now the next shattering blow, the bears in the rooms. I won't tell you the descriptive adjective that she used for the bears. I don't think I'll be allowed to, but she says they've got to go.
If it's going to make an improvement, then let's do it.
Ruth's three-point plan is simple. First, Sue must lower her prices to be more competitive in the local market. Second, Sue must start to think like a businesswoman, from making the most of her database of former guests to marketing the hotel properly. And finally, there's the faded conservatory that's seen better days, and the bears Ruth thinks might be putting people off. Sue is keen to embrace these instructions and immediately embarks on a thorough market research campaign to see how much her competitors are charging.
Oh, good afternoon. I'm looking for a double bedroom on the 1st and 2nd of March. £90. That's the standard. Would you give me all the prices?
A large double is the next size up, and that's a full ensuite bathroom, and that is £98 a night.
98. Lovely, thank you.
Very welcome.
I had to put on a false voice, and so I know I hate doing this.
My prices are too high for the kind of custom that's being attracted to Bath. So I've changed the pricing levels on the website.
Next, modernising the database and website. Essential if she's going to get more guests through the door.
Oh, hi.
Hi,
Brilliant.
Neil. Thank you so much for this. This is going to be a new world for me. I feel I'm being...
She's called in Neil Edwards to help her get her head around modern hotel computing.
We know that, we've got a problem. My question really is, on the graph of things, are you going down on a gentle glide slope downwards? Are you nosediving, or are you out of control?
All those, actually.
How out of date was she? Light years? Eons? It was actually 9 years out of date.
There's no question that I've missed out a huge slice of the cake in the last year or two, at least. So that's going to improve business enormously.
Now, one
and
problem
won't
is
I be using this
you
at
won't
all?
be using that. You've got to put it onto the computers. And why? Why can't you... Every hotel has got to get onto the internet. They've got to be able to take the bookings from the internet and show their availability. If they don't do that, they're dead. It's as simple as that. People are not going into the tourist centres any longer and booking like they used to. They're not booking for the magazines, they're not booking from the papers and other sources. It's the internet. It is the be-all and the end-all.
It's very scary because it's almost, well, like diving off a platform and you're not quite sure how deep the water is and you're just hoping you're going to get into water that's deep enough for you.
It's hard to believe that we're just half a mile from the fabulous shops and attractions.
Her son Xavier is helping to redesign the website and a brochure to send out to former guests.
Home from home is the first concept. Our second route is arrive as a guest, leave as a friend.
I like the home from home suggestion. It's enticing again.
Till now, Sue has struggled to move with the times, but since Ruth's visit, she's been running to catch up.
I think it's time for a change. I'm happy to take on board the bears, perhaps now. They've had their life here.
2 weeks later, and Ruth has returned to see how Sue and the Tasbor are getting on.
Well, I can see Sue has still got the vacancy sign out, which is not the greatest news, but never mind. When I left her a couple of weeks ago, she was feeling very enthusiastic, very trepidatious. The problem is going to be on the business side of things. Has she got her head around that? Database, all the things that she needs to do, marketing to get some customers in this place. I should go and see.
Ruth, hello.
Charlie, what's the name?
She's welcoming you.
How are you, Sue? How are you?
Very well.
So, tell me precisely, what have we been doing? On the business front, database,
Right.
how's that going?
Database, we have now got a new computer with new software because the old software couldn't pick up or use
A new screen?
the software. I've got a new BT line and now on broadband
Fantastic,
as of a week
yes.
ago. I have reduced the prices.
Yes.
I was horrified when I looked into what's going on out there and saw my competitors and what they're doing. Oh my goodness.
So you realise why you're
wonder-
empty?
No wonder I haven't had people through the door. We are making some.
So Sue is making progress in reception. Ruth is eager to see if the bedrooms have moved on.
Shall we start in here, Ruth? This is Wordsworth room.
Now, come on, Sue. It's me that likes beds and you that doesn't like beds.
Absolutely
and the
right.
bloody bear is still on the bed. I just want to know that on my next visit they're not going to be here.
They will be out.
There's something that has gone, which I'm delighted about, the sherry. No sherry.
I've taken the sherry out of the rooms.
Sue used to give away a carafe of sherry in each room, but that's gone as part of her new, more business-like regime.
Very good
I have to
news.
say, since the sherry has disappeared, the increase of drink and alcohol consumption has gone up.
One good point, one bad point. Bear.
Bad point, yeah. Last chance.
So long. Let's hope we never meet again. Look at this.
A few changes already.
Thank the Lord, the pink blinds have gone. That's great news. That is really, really good to see. I mean, I'd even rather look at an old car out there than that.
dear.
So,
You
no.
mean you didn't like them?
No, I didn't like
that
them. And
right?
it's just great to get the light and the
Yes.
feel of it, isn't
Yes.
it? The thing with this conservatory is we've got to get the garden into it and this into the garden. And let's have this space being used throughout the day. You're an elegant person, so there's no point going down some kind of, you know, very funky bistro kind of route because you wouldn't feel comfortable
I
with
wouldn't
that.
actually, no.
You've got to love it, because if you love it, your customers will love it
And
as
I think
well.
this room needs to be loved by people coming in here. I would
Definitely.
like people to come in here and say, wow, I
Yes.
want to be in here, I
Absolutely.
want to stay
no,
in here.
it should work for breakfast, it should work for somebody wanting a cup of tea in the afternoon, it should work on a summer's evening to have some drinks. It should be a very, very, very convivial room, full of light and joy. So if we did the sort of French armoire kind of look, you know, painted a bit distressed,
Yes.
fabric, and then yeah.
The final item on Ruth's agenda, the new marketing. In particular, the brochure going out to potential guests.
Ruth, my son has prepared 2 proposals. There will be a home from home, or arrive as a guest, leave as a friend.
Oh, God.
I'm not too convinced
That makes me
about
want to
that one.
vomit.
Oh.
I'm sorry to sound negative, but I think it's too fussy. This has got to be much more punchy, much cleaner, much more the call to action.
And you think otherwise?
They decide to go for the
basic
first
design,
slogan,
taking
a home from home.
Let's get it out there as soon as possible because the biggest problem we've got is time.
Yes.
You haven't got enough customers, you've got that bank waiting over you. We have got to do something as quickly as possible. I really need you to all the time be thinking really proactively about how can I get the people in here, what can I be doing so that you're
Ruth
not
is delighted with Sue's progress. She's implemented everything asked of her. Now it's time to pile on the pressure.
And I'm going to now really throw something at you. I want you to organise an event, party, whatever you like to call it, inviting some of the key people from Bath in the tourist board, all the various luminaries that we need to come here. And you've got 1 week to do it.
Great. Oh, well, it's better than yesterday.
With the vital bank meeting looming, it's essential Sue gets some publicity for the hotel, and a relaunch party will put her firmly back on the map.
I must admit that I was a bit daunted when Ruth first suggested my doing it, and I always fear that you ask a lot of people and only maybe 1 or 2 will be able to come, and that's really a big disaster.
Nicola, hello. It's Sue at the Tasbor Hotel.
Martin, hello. We're actually having a little cocktail party on Monday. Thought it would be lovely if you could spare just an hour to come down and join us.
Love you to come and have a look and see what's happening here. And I'd love you to come.
It would be lovely if you could manage it.
Gorgeous.
Sue hasn't restricted herself to phone bashing.
Oh boy, I've been seen on a few streets in Bath. After Ruth gave me this enormous challenge to be more proactive, I've been down to the Tourist Information Centre and invited the girls down there.
Alison.
Hi, Sue. Nice to see you, Sue.
How are you?
Hi, fine, thank you. And you?
I've come with an invitation, actually.
The strain is relentless.
There is pressure. I'm trying to do the swan act, look calm on the top, and actually I'm paddling away underneath. Can I do this? Can I pull this off?
Sue's also called in a team of decorators to update the conservatory and make it a real asset.
It's all very, very exciting as to what's going on in the hotel now. I mean, it's as if I waved a magic wand or I had a magical wish, and the wish was that somebody would come and just make this hotel work for me so that the bank wouldn't call me in. And what's happening now is just amazing. The conservatory is utter chaos, but brilliant, happy chaos, if you like. We've got the decorator in and changing the colour scheme. Adrian has been around the hotel. He's been decorating little patches where it's a little worn and I'd like to just brighten it up a bit. It's all so very exciting, but it's that absolute chaos.
But not all the changes are running so smoothly. Sue is still struggling to get to grips with the tools of the modern hotelier.
The downside, if there were a downside about this, is that I've got a new system on the computer and it's a little bit like suddenly being plunged in the middle of Russia, and I've never spoken a word of Russian. And here I've got to communicate.
I printed off an invoice this morning for a gentleman who stayed 5 days, and it said it had been here 32 days.
It's really, really hard to get a grip of it.
The whole process is taking its toll.
I don't think I've seen or hit my bed before 1:30 or 2 a.m. any morning for the last couple of weeks, actually.
2 days later, and it's time for the all-important party. The bank meeting is closer than ever, so Sue must make a great impression and turn the hotel's fortunes around.
Well, today's the big day, really, of the cocktail party. My stomach is full of butterflies because I feel there's a deadline and there is still so much to do. The food aspect, the canopies, I'm always really stressed until those are actually finished and ready to go out. Till then, I just absolutely just not worth knowing, I don't think.
The party's centrepiece, the revamped conservatory, has gone from tired pink to a soothing green. It has a calm garden feel which ties in with the hotel's terrace. Ruth is due to arrive any minute. Sue's anxious about her reaction to all the changes.
I suppose you kind of suddenly feel that your mistress is watching you doing your homework. And that's when you spill the ink all over it, isn't it,
Ruth has one last surprise in store for Sue.
I'm back at Tasbor and really hoping the conservatory's finished because we're having a cocktail party there. Now, Sue knows all about that, and she knows we've invited some luminaries, but what she doesn't know is I've sneakily invited 3 travel writers. One of them comes from a very, very important British national newspaper, and 2 from American guides. How she's going to take the news, I don't know. Sue! Hello!
Ah, Ruth!
Hello!
Hello, how are you?
All right, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Are you making big phone calls?
I am. I'm just trying to trace one of the guests. So I think we have 39 people.
39 acceptances.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
And
I'm going to lob another 3 in there.
Oh, I don't know if I can cope.
OK, let me tell you who they are. We've got
just
2 travel writers coming. One from Folders.
Oh!
Yeah. And one from us. And we've got the independent travel editor as well, Simon Calder. So you're going to really be on your mettle.
You never cease to amaze me.
How do you
Photos
feel
and
about it?
photos.
Yeah.
The 2 US travel guides, Folders and Frommers, are key to Sue winning back American guests.
OK, and you're not panicking?
Do I look as if I'm panicking?
Slight air of losing the plot, but...
No, I think timing-wise, I've got just about 2 hours now to get the party up and running, ready to go.
You haven't. 1 hour, 15 minutes, because the 3 travel writers are coming at 5 o'clock.
You're
Yes.
full of surprises,
Yeah.
Ruth, I'll give you that much.
You'll cope, you'll cope, you'll cope. You will, you will.
Jeez. I can't believe this. Shit. Oh.
Ruth ventures upstairs to check the rooms she's booked for the travel journalists.
Hello, you must be Mary.
Yeah, hello, Ruth.
I've heard all about you.
Right.
Now, what is this ghastly creature doing in here? Because this is where one of the American travel writers are
right.
coming. I want to take her somewhere and bury her.
Really?
It's awful. It's like a lampshade on her head. Do you like these bears,
I
Mary?
do, personally, but then I like teddy bears, so I'm a
Right.
little bit, you know...
Yeah.
But I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. I think she's gross. I really do.
I'll put her in the cupboard out the way, then. There we are, look. We'll put Teddy with Teddy. Keep each other company through the night, look.
Piss off.
5 o'clock and the first American guest has arrived. Leslie writes for travel guide Frommers, and her recommendation could ensure Sue wins back vital American business.
Hi. You must be Leslie. I'm Leslie. Leslie, I'm Sue.
Nice to meet you,
So good of you
Sue.
to come.
Well,
Thank
it's my
you.
pleasure.
So here's your room. And I hope this is okay
Oh,
for
it's
you.
beautiful.
Look at that view.
First of all, she was extremely welcoming and pleasant, and you can tell that she's had some training in dealing with people. She has that ease and grace that I think is very important to a hotel.
Some more early guests. Not another surprise, huh?
Sue's barely had a chance to gather her thoughts before the next arrival.
You must be Christy.
Hello.
Christy, thank you so much for coming. Welcome. I'm Sue. Can you manage your bag? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm
We've
fine.
got plenty of muscle around if you'd like it carried
I
up for you. Even though you may be representing business tonight, I'd like you to feel you're on holiday, okay?
Oh, thank you very much.
Christy is a writer for Folders, the second key US publication. Sue used to be featured in Christy's guide and wants to find out why she was dropped.
Let me just ask you just quickly. I was taken out of the guidebook and I was really devastated.
Yeah.
And I presume that must be something awful that we did, but I never did find out.
No, it happened a couple of years ago before I was on the guidebook. It was primarily because this place was not quite worth the money.
While Sue grills one writer, Ruth shows Leslie around the hotel.
And this is the Bronte room, eh?
Yeah. It's nice. It's got a nice king-size bed.
This is not actually king size by American standards.
It's not?
This is
Should we
queen
look?
size, perhaps.
Queen size, yeah, we'll agree on queen.
You should go next.
This is good. Now, Leslie, what do you think of this room?
I thought the bears have to go.
Special guest at the cocktail party is the Bill actress Roberta Taylor, in town to launch her autobiography.
Roberta. Oh, hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. It's just lovely of you to come. Thanks very much.
As the clock ticks down, the kitchen bustles with final preparations. Ruth has a special guest of her own, the travel editor of The Independent, Simon Calder.
This is her kind of more formal drawing room.
Yeah, it is very conventional.
Yes, it's that kind of country house hotel kind of look.
Well, yes, except that for the Americans, and presumably with the museum up the hill and all the attractions of Bath, they love it, don't they?
Not for me, though. To be honest, I think of my mother. And I think, would my mom like this place? My mom would love this place.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or lady and gentlemen. How do you know? I'm Toby.
I know Toby.
And you are?
John Carter from Bath.
Yes. All right, let me...
The party starts well. Sue's in her element as the hostess. The American writers are soaking up the atmosphere and joining in the party spirit. Even the local press is here. The canapes are a hit with the partygoers.
Thank you. Well done, girls, so far. It's going well. Keep them flowing, though, because next round coming out. Lovely, well done.
Can I ask, are Americans looking for places like this?
The problem is, this place, which is, say, £120 a night, is completely reasonable to somebody paying pounds. But in dollars, that's $250 a night. If this place was, say, £85 or £90 a night, I think it would be packed with Americans every night of the week. Because, I mean, obviously this whole style of hotel doesn't really exist in America, where most Americans do most of their travel.
How unique is it, and what's going to persuade you to put it in one of your guides?
That's a really good question.
Have another glass of champagne. Think about that.
So what is Simon's verdict?
The great thing is that there's been such warmth, which I think really goes back to Sue's genuinely nice personality. She is so nice that, of course, everybody likes her. And she just needs to make a couple of calls, get a few people in, and she's going to fill the place up. There'll be such warmth, such good feeling.
Sue was obviously very nervous, and I think Sue was very shocked about how much affection these people have for her and care about this house, this hotel, and her life.
The Tasbor is firmly back on the Bath map.
The party's been a huge success. Sue has done her victory dance. All her friends and family have loved it. They've loved the conservatory. They've loved what's been happening here. They think it's all done and dusted. The problem is it hasn't been done and dusted. Sue has just started on the first circuit of a marathon. What Sue has to understand is that this is the tiniest blip at the beginning of a very, very long journey.
Next morning, travel writers Leslie and Christy enjoy breakfast in the revamped conservatory.
Banana porridge, maple syrup and banana porridge.
No, full English.
There you go. Traditional. I like that.
Brown toast, white toast, mix it for you.
Mix, I think.
But after a night at the Tasbor, do they think Sue's done enough to get into their guidebooks?
Hi, good morning. Now, for two such eminent American guides to be here is a real coup for Sue. Straight to the bottom line, nitty-gritty. She hasn't been in your guides. She's been missing her American clientele. Would you consider putting her back in?
I would recommend that the hotel be included in the guide next year. I will recommend that. I think it's a worthwhile place to include. It's a lovely building. She's a great hotelier.
That's great. And what about from us?
Yes, absolutely. I think this is a very nice option to a place in town. And I love her. I think she's great.
That's terrific news. Because, you know, she might not be very good at making money out of this, and she might be rubbish at marketing and all those things, but she is a totally natural host. And I think, you know, this place is the biggest asset, is Sue. Sue.
Ruth, how are you?
The morning after a very successful party.
What was it?
Yes, because just speaking to the frummers and the fooders, they're going to put you back in the guides. Very happy with what you're doing. All in all, they think this is a very nice building. It's a good location. They thought you were marvellous, so that's really, really good. Now, I want to just burst the bubble totally. This is about being a business. You have got to understand what this business costs you to run. It has got to be cost effective, and you have got to embrace the business side of it. You've got the meeting with the bank before I come back, which is a real heavy duty one.
Yes.
But the major thing, Suzanne, is to get a handle on the business. Well, since I was last at Tasbor, spring has sprung and the garden is really flourishing, and I just hope Sue's business is too. We finished on such a high with a great party and the Americans promising to put her back in the guides. What I now need to see is, has she turned this business around? Is she busy? Has the bank manager supported her? Time to find out. Well, the guest book looks a whole step better than it used to because it's full, but only a week ago somebody says it would be simply unbearable if you removed the bears. Please keep them. Hello, Sue. How are you?
Nice to see you.
How are you doing?
I have got so much to tell you.
Yes.
And I have to say, this may sound very pathetic. I have got so much to thank you for.
Really?
It's working brilliantly. Absolutely brilliantly.
thrilled.
We are
I
having
really
people
am.
coming through the door galore. Last year at this time, we were at 40% occupancy, and we are now at 78%.
That is
It's
astonishing.
just fantastic.
Oh, I'm so
It's
pleased.
just
I really
amazing.
am pleased.
Absolutely
It's
amazing.
marvellous because you really deserved it. I mean, your heart's always been in the right place, and you're so hospitable.
Yeah, well, my
and-
head's working a
and
bit
your
better now, I think.
head is now in
You
the
know,
right
that
place.
is- that
It's
is
fantastic.
amazing.
You go have a look round, see what's
Come
been
and
going on, yeah?
A 38% rise in the occupancy rate is a remarkable change for the better.
Sue, what is this doing here? What's going on?
I must be honest with you. If you have managed to see in the visitors book, there have been numerous comments about please keep the
You
bears.
are forgetting the point I was making. Everyone who loves bears will love bears, and they will tell you they love bears. The point I made was the people who don't like the bears will not tell you. Now,
Correct,
I'm quite happy to compromise in the sense that if you are busy and you're making money and you're making profits, then fuck the bears. I don't give a shit about them, right?
Absolutely.
But there's a place for them. I do not think you can waste a whole chair on a sodding bear.
I take your
Okay,
point.
but
Absolutely.
that's the real thing.
Now, I have to say that the website, we've redesigned the website.
Without the bears.
No bears, and I completely understood that.
That's okay, but they
Negative
they
things.
were very prevalent before. They made you look a bit freaky and a bit kind of, you know, not
Well, I
she
still
quite
am
all
a bit,
that.
but,
Well,
you
I know,
but not with bears.
A compromise has been made. The bears have been granted a reprieve. There have even been a few more additions to the revamped conservatory.
Come and see. Changes in here.
Chandeliers drop down, wonderful, but it still looks so lovely and green and pleasant and still and calm. And
people have said it's a lovely place to be. It's very restful. The
is.
colours are lovely.
Ruth's keen to know whether Sue's party has got her some much-needed publicity.
so these are all the cuttings from the party and all the feedback. Did you get good response? I mean,
Wonderful.
Yes?
Lovely. Absolutely
Yeah?
lovely.
Yes, lots of stuff going on here.
And
That's
then this
marvellous.
was actually just this weekend.
Yeah?
This last weekend
Brilliant,
in the...
One question remains. The hotel's future rested on a pivotal meeting with the bank. Sue desperately needed to show a turnaround in the hotel's dismal figures.
Did you go and see the bank? Because that was a
I've seen the
big
bank.
thing, wasn't it?
I have seen the
bank's
bank
support.
and they are extremely pleased with the way things are going now. I will say that they are willing to continue with the existing contract that I have as it stands.
I mean, this is really music to my ears because you can now show the bank that there's a solid business here, that you've got a good turnover, and most importantly, that you've got your head around it and that you are trading as a business. In a really short period of time, you've doubled the occupancy, you've taken on board all the marketing endeavours, you've sent out a mail shot, you've spruced up the website, Teddy-less now, which is fantastic. You're still the same truly hospitable, lovely woman that you ever were, but you've now got this business head on and you see that this is a business and needs to be run as a business. You might not love the whole thing about being a business person, but do you feel at least more comfortable?
Actually, it's quite exciting because there's a certain element of control.
And you know the most exciting thing of all? Most exciting thing of all is actually making a profit.
Oh, really? What's that?
You've made such progress, you really have.
Well,
and I really am proud of you.
Thank you.
I am, honestly.
If it weren't for you, I would not be here today, that is for sure. And I really appreciate everything you've done. Anyway, this is a little parting gesture.
Aww.
Okay, but you have to read the words, okay? But he's been designed and made for you.
Oh, no, that is
so you can
so
hide it away,
sweet.
but you have to read that.
He's a Tasbor. You may not love him, but I hope he will call to mind happy memories of Tasbor House and the success you've brought to it. From Sue King Evergrey. Oh, you are so sweet. That is so... Oh, but he's
He doesn't take up much room.
No, he's lovely. No, seriously, I love him. Oh.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you, Dan. Honestly, thank you for being... You really have been a joy to work with. You're a lovely person and you deserve success. Thank you,
Make
sweetheart.
sure you won't.
Take care.
Bye-bye, Ruth.
Take care.
Thank you.
I am really, truly delighted for Sue. She has changed this business in such a short time from being one with absolutely no customers to 78 occupancy. It's fantastic. And she's done that by listening to what I've said, by dropping the prices, by really engaging in great marketing activities, sorting her website out, and has got that business head on her now. She's been to see the bank. They are going to support her. And she really should feel so proud of herself because she's now running a really successful business.